Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wingcat Sports, and it's the weekly Red Wing breakdown, like usual. Uh, Not the greatest week, but it's also kind of what we expected out of this road trip. You played well against Florida, winning 5-2. We thought that was a good sign for this road trip. We were wrong. Very
Yeah,
much.
they ended up what, 1-3 or something like that?
So
Or
far, they're 1-2 on the road trip. They got one more game
okay.
later on against Philly, but we started a very good game
Well, they lost to
against.
San Jose, right?
Now, however, you didn't do great offensively against Florida. Only got 20 shots on net compared to the 43 they put on net. Cam Talbot played an amazing game. But again, you can't rely on 37-year-old Cam Talbot to play great every single night. And then when you're putting in Huso and Lynon, who's been struggling as of late because of injuries, I think it's time to just call up Kosa when the injuries happen and give him his chance.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've been saying that. I mean, I don't know if that's the answer or that's going to turn them into a playoff team, but the last two games they played terrible defense.
Well, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and you just, I
they,
like I said, we'll see if they bounce
they,
back. Philadelphia is a team that's kind of on their level, so
Yeah, they haven't played well. Were 1-3 this week because they did lose 6-3 to the Sharks too, which we thought again. You want Huso starting that game blew it for you. I don't know if Lyon or Huso really started in the past. I know Lyon started against the Stars and they did not go good. Stars scored fast and quick in that game. And then the Lightning game, same thing. Terrible day on Saturday for Detroit sports. All three teams losing, and
it
then you
was a
lose
bad weekend
and
all
then you
overall.
lose again 4-1 to Dallas. And you're going to go through the ups and downs. You're still finishing the week overall 500, which is good. You have a total of 5 games remaining this month to try and stay above 500 going into February. Um, and we'll see where we're at the All-Star break. You're already halfway through the season. So, kind of getting to that point of where are you in the league. I think we're still going to be pushing. You are right, Philly. They're even team with us. You do have 3 games this week before the West Coast teams start to show up for a little bit. But you're going to play the Flyers Tuesday, the Canadiens on Thursday at home, and then the Lightning on Saturday at home. It'll be a good mix of games. You have a chance to at least come away with 2 this week. Be 2-1 to end the week and still be a game above 500 and try to keep pace in the wild card because after this week, you're again almost your second to last place in the Atlantic. And when you're looking at your wild card push after the week you had, you are now back to 6 points down, which
Yep,
again is only 3 games. It's not like it's a lot. You're 3 games back.
right.
But surprisingly, Boston is potentially going to be looking on the outside in, which 2 years from their amazing year they had. Um, and then same thing, Ottawa's actually pushing for Ottawa's the team that we thought they were going to be last year right now, and that's without Ulmark playing, and he'll be back soon for them as well.
It,
And you're going to be fighting. Columbus is fighting for the spot. Montreal's 2 points out of a playoff spot. The Rangers are back in the conversation, being 4 points out of a playoff spot, while you were sitting there with Pittsburgh, with 3 points out of the wild card, or 3 games out of a wild card spot. So
right. It doesn't look good because there's just so many teams there. I mean, we're just looking again.
but again,
This is all we ever do.
it's
It seems like
streaky.
with the Wings for 6 years we've done this is try to find some positive here, try to see if they got something in them that can, be watchable. I guess I don't know what the right thing is because they're not a playoff team. They're just not. They don't have the talent for it. It doesn't look like, and until they can get a few more pieces in, um,
So
and these pieces are going to fall off. That's the thing. It's like this team can't stay together, can't stay looking the way it does. You're going to lose people like Patrick Kane. You're going to lose people like,
But
um,
Kane overall, we'll see how he ends up going. But at the end, we'll move on from wherever it ends up happening because after this year, he's not going to be here. So,
right. I just don't know. I'm hoping this Politico will come up and he'll be a star and somebody at least that you could say is a very good defensive player that we need
Yeah.
to man the power play or whatever it is, and along with Sider and Edvinson, and just like I said, see what we can do. But certainly, like I said, I just don't know what's on the horizon for the Wings. What's going to get them to move over that hump and into a consistent playoff team? What's going to do? What's it going to take to do that?
Well, hopefully, because again, the past few games they weren't great. Their offense did not wake up. I think Patrick Kane even got hurt against Dallas, but I'm not 100% sure if I saw it correctly that he did get hurt against Dallas. But you put up a fight against Tampa. You lost 5-1, but by putting up 40 shots and they only put up 22. You lost to Dallas, but you put up 34 shots compared to their 25. So now it seems like the woes of last year and your defense not showing up, it seems to be a problem as of late. So we had to figure out what's going on. I mean, you outshot the Sharks too. The only game this week you got outshot was the one you won. Surprisingly, less shots on goal, but you played defense pretty well against Florida. And again, now you're going into these games this week, and hopefully you can go 2-1 this week. Hopefully you can keep pushing forward. You can look better. It is a more exciting team. We didn't think
Who do they play after Philadelphia?
Montreal and then Tampa.
That's 3 tough teams. We don't beat Philadelphia very often. Montreal is sizzling right now. They are on a hot streak.
They're fighting for the playoff. Just like all the teams we're playing right now are vying for playoff spots, because after this week
is just a lot better.
To end the month, you have the Kings and Oilers. You're going to be going to Edmonton. You're making your West Coast trip against Edmonton, Calgary, and Vancouver. On top of, you're going to go to Seattle amongst that trip, and they'll be your easiest team on the trip to the West Coast. Before you slow down, because after that, you play the Lightning one more time, and then you're off for 2 weeks.
Because of the Frozen Four or whatever they call it.
Well, they're not doing an All-Star game this year. They're doing they're doing an international tournament this year with NHL players instead, which will be, I think, more entertaining.
Oh, it would be a lot more interesting because the All-Star game is not interesting at all. It's boring as shit.
But
who wants to watch? I hate All-Star games so much.
They need to do more with it.
Maybe not baseball. Game. Baseball probably is the only thing.
Well, baseball doesn't have as much of a meaning.
Game, it feels
baseball doesn't have as much of a meaning behind their All-Star game as before. It used to mean home field advantage. Now it doesn't, which I think would make things more interesting if you did that for all All-Star games. If you make it your league's home.
But it's not fair.
Not for NFL, though. NFL don't even matter. Pro Bowl is a joke.
It's not fair.
But like NHL and MLB and NBA, if you made it your home field, on top of you get paid extra money if you win, I'm sure the players would play a lot more competitive.
They probably would, but it wouldn't.
Then the goalie's letting up, 40 goals in an All-Star game because they're not trying.
Some crap play. Some team from a player from a crap team just doesn't like the Yankees and goes, "I'm going to purposely fuck this up," and then just so
that never happened before.
No, I know.
It never happened before. But we'll see how this week goes, because February you only got 8 games to make up how the rest of your year is going to go after that. So hopefully we can go on a streak before the All-Star break and then continue it a little bit afterwards so we can have some kind of competitiveness going on instead of, looking at March and April and thinking, okay, what's the off season going to look like? But we'll end it there. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, let us know what you think about the Wings this week and what the next month looks like. Until next time,
bring in summer.